Hello, welcome to On Cue. My name's Sean Robertson, manager of the Florissant Civic Center Theater. For those of you not familiar with the show, what we like to do is bring on a couple of company members from an upcoming production and talk about the show and let you inform the audience about what you might be able to see this summer coming to the Florissant Civic Center Theater. Today we're here to discuss the Hawthorne production of Legally Blonde the musical, and the story is based on the novel Legally Blonde by Amanda Brown and the 2001 film of the same name, with music and lyrics by Lawrence O'Keefe and Nell Benjamin. It premiered on Broadway in 2007 and received 7 Tony nominations. Now today I am joined by director, the talented Trish Nelke, and Devon Shipley, who will be playing the lead role of Elle Woods. Hello, welcome to On Cue. We're glad to have you here today. And before we get started, we want to get to know our guests a little bit. So we're going to start with you, Devon, the star of the show. And are you from the area, or are you from St. Louis?
Actually, no.
No.
I grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, actually. And then I moved here to Missouri when I started high school.
When you started high school?
Yeah.
Well, then I can ask my follow-up question, which is what everybody asks here in St. Louis. Where'd you go to high school?
Washington High School.
Washington High School. Okay. And were you involved in theater in high school?
I was. Not in my high school theater department, but I did shows with Six Flags St. Louis for about 7 years or so.
And did you later take that on to performing in college also?
Yeah, I went to Marymount Manhattan College in New York City.
Okay.
I still have 1 more year there to complete. I'm going back in September.
I had a friend from high school that also went there.
No way!
He studied lighting design way back when.
It's a really good school.
Yeah, and he lived at the Y, I believe. I think is what he had to do in order to make it there. But anyway, yeah, there's definitely a story there, and I'll tell Trish some other time one of my many stories here. Now, is this your first Hawthorne production?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yes.
And have you done any community theater besides with the Hawthornes?
Yeah, a little bit. When I moved back from college, I did some shows with Next Generation Theater Company,
Next Gen.
And I'll be doing Newsies with them in August at the Civic Center. And then I just did Kirkwood Theater Guild's Guys and Dolls.
Oh, excellent. Who'd you play in Guys and Dolls?
I was an ensemble member
You're an ensemble?
and the dance captain.
Okay. Now, Trish, many of you have seen her work on our stage before, whether it's from the director's chair or from on stage. Many of you might be familiar with it was Driving Miss Daisy that you directed, and it was a very fine production.
Thank you.
And other roles, you were in Spitfire Grill, Rabbit Hole, Hairspray. Am I forgetting any with Hawthorne's, or is there some more that I've forgotten?
Mornings at 7.
Mornings at 7?
I did a Valhalla show with them.
Coming up in this week, actually, it'll be after the show, there'll be another Valhalla production. Our Town, yes, also, wow. Many shows with the Hawthorne Players. So how did you get the chance to direct for Hawthorne?
You mean this time around, or initially?
Just how did it initially start?
Well, the Hawthorne Players they do a selection process where they have people who are interested in directing submit a show that they would like to direct, which I did, and I guess I just really lucked out. They wanted to use me, and here I am, second time.
You started with Driving Miss Daisy, which is a very small cast. This is a little bit different, isn't it?
Yes, I went from directing 3 people to 29 people and 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Tell us about these 2 dogs.
Their names are Meatball and Chewy, and Meatball plays Rufus, and Chewy plays Bruiser, who is Elle Woods' dog. So, and they are, so far, very easy to work with.
Okay. They're very prominent roles in this production.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
of course.
important, very important to the story.
That's great. And you had told me that you haven't actually brought them into the heated rehearsal process yet.
No, they've been there. I think Meatball's been there twice and Chewy's been there once, just to get to know everybody and get to know the people that are going to handle them in the show.
So tell us about Legally Blonde. What is the audience, what can they expect to see this summer from the Civic Center stage?
Oh my gosh. Well, there's a lot of singing and a lot of dancing,
Okay.
which the cast is working really hard on right now. I couldn't be prouder. Every time they come into rehearsal, it just gets better and better. And
What are some of the featured songs that are? Because I actually don't know the music.
well, they'll get stuck in your head, am I right? But in a
100%.
good way, in a good way. So you want to tell them a couple of the songs?
Yeah.
Your favorites?
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys, is the opening number.
Opening.
So I think that's like a classic tribute to the movie. Something like Bend and Snap maybe is something that our audience is going to recognize from the cult
From
film.
the film. Okay.
Definitely. I prefer probably the song Legally Blonde the most out of any of the songs in the show. It's just a chance for me to connect with Elle, I think, a little bit more personally than just being the sorority girl that you kind of see at the beginning. But yeah, there's tons of fun music in it.
So Elle's a sorority girl, but she ends up going to Harvard, right, for law school. That's sort of the premise of the show, and that they sort of shun her initially because she's a little more out there and spirited than the rest of the Harvard crowd, and has a sense of style also.
Yes.
All right. So the setting of the play of the show takes place, I mean, primarily, like I guess there's a beauty parlor, right? Is there a beauty parlor?
Yes, there's a beauty salon. There's Harvard Law School.
Okay.
There's they're in UCLA.
Okay.
That's where we
White
start
California.
at the in the sorority house. They're in the courtroom. There's a big courtroom scene.
Okay.
So
We take you all
do
over
they
the
ever
place.
end up in the jail? Is that a scene in?
oh yes,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's like the biggest dance number in the
All
whole
right.
show. That's
Some-
That's going to be amazing.
Okay. Tell us about who else is in the show, some of the other stars or other familiar Hawthorne faces that we might get to see. Is there anybody?
oh my gosh. Well, yeah, there's a couple regulars coming back.
Is John Robertson involved?
John Robertson is
All right.
involved. Yes, we got him involved in this. I don't know what he's gotten himself into, but he's.
Oh,
I don't know
excellent.
that
I
he
always
knows what he's
He's having a good time though.
cast and crew. I always like to mention the crew members for any production because they really do a lot of work behind the scenes, and they don't often get the recognition that they really deserve. Who's your stage manager?
Michelle Paladin.
Okay,
This will be her first Hawthorne show, but she has extensive stage management experience.
I've heard
and
good things about her.
She keeps me
Yes.
in line and
She's
keeps
incredible.
them in line.
Oh, I bet.
And yeah, keeps us on schedule.
And music direction, who's taken over?
Mark
that?
Strathman.
Mark
So he's
Strathman.
been in the pit a couple times for Hawthorne and on stage.
Absolutely.
And I think North Winds, and so.
Oh
you
no,
would
he's a
recognize
regular
him.
on
Yeah.
the Civic Center stage and truly a talent when it comes to all that. Sound and lights. Do we have the same old Hawthorne team that's
I
up
had
there?
to go with my old reliables. I had to go with Brian Borgstead on sound and Bob Beach on lights.
Absolutely.
I couldn't go wrong.
Those are absolute professionals in their field right there. One of the things I wanted to ask, and we've sort of thought about discussing this on the show in previous times, is what's your most memorable theater experience, if you have one? Like who you've enjoyed working with, either like in the community or professionally, or it's something, I know that I'm springing this on you, but give me an example of, some good times you've had working on theater, or people you've worked with that are really exceptional.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, I
In
know. Is it
general, in
yeah,
St. Louis?
Sure. Anybody you've worked with in community theater or production, give us a story about why people should get involved in theater. This is, why we're
okay.
here.
Well, what I like a lot about the Hawthorne Players is they are a very supportive group. They will not let you fail. They are behind you every step of the way. So as a director, that's really important because you don't want to be left high and dry. You don't want them to say, okay, here you go. Here are the keys to the rehearsal space. We'll see you opening night.
Yeah.
They are involved in every aspect of it. They want you to succeed.
They have a board also that
Right,
really
their
is.
board is wonderful.
And you're allowed to offer input. They offer you input with like publicity, and that's what I really like about them. That group is, and there are other groups too the same. They're just such a good support group. So, you know, when they're all there, and they're just volunteers, they're not getting paid, but they're in it 110%.
Yes.
You know, and that's what I love about the St. Louis theater, this area. It's just, they're so into it and they're so passionate about it. You just can't help but get caught up in it. So that's what I really like.
No,
about
that's a great answer right
and
there.
I can give you my favorite show I've ever done too, but
Yes.
I don't want to like.
Yes.
I don't want to alienate
Absolutely.
some directors. And
what is your most favorite show you've ever done?
the best. All right, it was Rabbit Hole.
That
That was probably my
That was
favorite.
a very powerful piece.
Very powerful, and I think that's why it's just, and it was so near and dear to me and close to my heart, and it was a truly wonderful experience. It was an amazing cast, an amazing director, Ken Clark, and you know, that just to me was probably my favorite.
Is
theater.
Ken Clark involved with Legally Blonde?
Yes, he's got two jobs. He is my set designer, and he is also in the show as Professor Callahan.
He's Professor Callahan.
Yes.
All right. Oh, I look forward to seeing that. That's great.
Very nice guy.
Oh, the character.
The character.
Ken Clark is great.
All right. Now it's your turn. You can answer any of those little questions. You know, what's your favorite musical? What's your favorite show? What's your
don't know.
favorite movie?
Legally Blonde. No, I think kind of piggybacking off of what Trish just said, the St. Louis Community Theater is completely immersive and inclusive of everybody, and I feel like Hawthorne has given me this wonderful opportunity to play a lead, which has never happened to me before. So I'm just really thankful for that and for everybody kind of that's supporting me in this whole process. Even just our cast alone and everybody on the creative side has just been wonderful in including me and making sure that I have all the support that I need and everything to be there for all the rehearsals. So it's been great. And the same for all the other companies I've worked with here in St. Louis.
A lot of the community theater groups that come through, you see a lot of the same faces in all of those groups.
Yes.
That, you know, they're welcoming to everybody, and you know, it's a true testament to all those groups that, you know, they're really supportive of each other also. Legally Blonde. It opens July 27th at 7:30 p.m. and continues July 28th, August 3rd and 4th at 7:30, and closes on Sunday, August 5th at 2 p.m. at the Florissant Civic Center Theater in the Gary R. Gatiss Auditorium. Tickets are $20 for adults, $18 for seniors and students, and $14 each for groups or 6 or more. I believe that's correct, unless they've changed that. But
15.
Is it $15? It's $15
Make
each
sure that
for groups
scrolls
or
across
6
the
or
bottom
more.
correctly.
Yeah.
Giving you a bargain.
Yeah, pardon me, please. And for ticket info, please call area code 314-921-5678. Visit us online at www.florissantmo.com. And for more information on the Hawthorne Players, visit www.hawthorneplayers.com. Lastly, one of the things I like to say at the end of all these shows is we sort of reiterated this about the Hawthorne Players. They're all made up of volunteers. They take time off of work, take time off from their lives and their families in order to present quality, professional level productions right here in Florissant. And I want you to remember that the arts are a gateway to education and culture. Please come out and support the arts in our community and stand up against those who would take the arts away, and I believe in that. Trish, Devon, thank you for being here with us today. Stay tuned for the upcoming calendar of events. And I'm Sean Robertson, and thanks for watching On Cue. Thanks for joining me on the calendar section. Coming up in July, the Missouri Pageant Alumni Club presents Miss Missouri Senior America Pageant, July 8th at 2 p.m. These lovely ladies will compete for the title of Miss Missouri Senior America. The 4 areas of competition are a personal interview before the pageant, a talent presentation on stage, poise in an evening gown, and her philosophy of life. Admission is $15 in advance, $12 for groups of 10 or more, and $17 at the door. So get your tickets now, yeah. Information and reservations, area code 314-921-5678. Also in July and running into August, we will have Legally Blonde the musical, July 27th, 28th, August 3rd and 4th at 7:30 p.m. and August 5th at 2 p.m. Famously, perky Elle follows the boyfriend who recently dumped her to the Harvard Law School to prove to him she's not just a fashion-savvy sorority sister. Through determination and her special skill set, Elle provides evidence she might be really good at this law thing. Funny and heartwarming, this musical, based on the popular movie, is ridiculously enjoyable from the start to finish. Admission is $20 for adults, $18 for seniors and students with group rates available. In August, we have Gordon's Entertainment presents Jazz Heaven Series, Under the Rainbow, Part 2, August 18th at 4:30 p.m. This year's production will highlight songs and poems made popular by legendary artists who are presently residing in Jazz Heaven. They will make a one-day celestial journey to Earth to perform gospel, jazz, pop, blues, and R&B for us. Legends like Mahalia Jackson, Billie Holiday, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Janis Joplin, Mary Wells, Otis Redding, and B.B. King, just to name a few. This is also in August. Next Generation Theater Company presents Newsies, August 31st, September 1st, September 7th, and September 8th at 7:30 p.m., and September 2nd and September 9th at 2 p.m. The Next Generation Theater Company's production of Disney's Newsies tells the rousing tale of Jack Kelly, a charismatic newsboy and leader of the band of teenage newsies. When titans of publishing raise distribution prices at the newsboy's expense, Jack rallies the newsies from across the city to strike against the unfair conditions and fight for what's right. Based on the 1992 motion picture and inspired by a true story, Newsies features a Tony Award-winning score by Alan Menken, who also did Little Shop of Horrors and Sister Act, and Jack Feldman, and a book by Tony Award winner Harvey Fierstein, who also did Kinky Boots, featuring the now classic songs Carrying the Banner, Seize the Day, and Santa Fe. Newsies is packed with non-stop thrills and timeless message, perfect for the whole family and every audience. Now, coming up this summer, we've got our wonderful Music Under the Stars series. All the rest of the concerts take place at St. Ferdinand Park, and we'll begin the St. Ferdinand Park concerts on Saturday, July 14th with Rockin' Chair at 7 p.m. On July 21st, we'll have the Steve Ewing Band. He's new to us this summer, but he's a local guy who was formerly the lead singer of The Urge, and I really encourage you guys to come out and see that one. I'm looking forward to it. Saturday, July 28th, Smash Band, super hits with Smash live on stage. And then we follow that up with the legendary guitarist Billy Peake, who played for Rod Stewart for many years, and so that's Saturday, August 4th. Then Saturday, August 11th, Butchwax and the Hollywoods with Theo Peoples from the Four Tops, and they're one of the hottest shows in town. Saturday, August 18th, another new band for us this summer. We've got the Retro Band. Retro Band plays a wide variety of music, including rock and roll, rhythm and blues, rockabilly, oldies, pop standards, and even a touch of jazz. Saturday, August 25th, Fanfare featuring Kitty Mahler. She's a local also, and many members are from the Florissant area that are included in that band, and we always like having Fanfare out there at the summer concerts. Finally, Sunday, October 14th, I know this is a ways out, the Fall Festival will feature Ralph Butler this year on the 100 block of Rue St. Francis, and they'll be doing shows at 1 o'clock and 3 p.m. at the Fall Festival. And lastly, the Race to the Shrine in the Knights of Columbus grounds, Saturday, October 20th. We're going to have Bob Cuban out there. So, we got some great free music for you lined up this summer. Let me just tell you about our box office hours. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Arrangements can be made to purchase tickets by phone or online. Call us at 314-921-5678. Online, www.florissantmo.com. Or you can even mail it to us at FCC Theater at 1 James J. Egan Drive, Florissant, Missouri 63033. Call 24 hours a day, leave a message. We take all major credit cards, and you can order all those tickets online. Individual tickets go on sale 45 days prior to the opening of any production, and some of the shows are sometimes subject to change, but come out and see a show this summer. We've got some great hits for you, some musicals, some free music out in the concerts. Come out and see a show, and thank you for watching On Cue.